Hello! Today I will show you how to create an artwork where the water is drinking you. Yes, I said it correctly, the water is drinking me in that artwork. Wow! But before we go into the tutorial, I have great news for you. I'm giving away one of my premium Photoshop classes for free. So as you know, on my website learnfromfred.com, I actually have tons of cool classes like how to create glitchy artworks, how to create animations in Photoshop, how to create 3D animations, and so much more. And if you want to get any of those classes for free forever, all you need to do is very simple, okay? I have a new YouTube channel where I'm going to post cool sci-fi short movies. Those are going to be my first ever movies. All you need to do is subscribe to that channel and send me a screenshot on my Instagram, and I will send you a free class. It's not a lottery. Anyone who subscribes and sends me a screenshot is getting a free class. With that said, let's go into the tutorial. So here are the images that I made in order to create this Photoshop manipulation, and I will actually share these images with you so you can use them as well if you want to. Just please try not to make me ugly, okay? Please, thank you. So anyway, let's go. So first of all, I'm just going to create a new project, create new, and width 1000, height, I always make it 1 to 50 for Instagram, specifically pixels, resolution 300, color mode RGB, and let's just click create. So this is the image that I used here. I will just import it, and when I import this image, automatically what I'm going to have is camera raw filter open up. Why does this happen? This is because this is not an ordinary image. It's not a PNG or JPEG that like you're used to probably. This is a raw image. As you can see, it's RW. So a raw image means that you can actually edit the colors much stronger. So you have more capabilities. So for example, when you import the image to Photoshop, it automatically opens camera raw filter so that you can do some cool edits here. And let's see, I'm not sure if I actually want to change anything here. I'll probably not touch it for now. Let's just click OK. And yeah, I will just import the image. If your image is not raw, just normal image, then just import it and continue from here. So I will just make this bigger, like this. Boom, nice. So the reason why you probably clicked on this is because you want to know how I created this thing here, the liquidation, I would say. And I actually created it using Liquify feature. So if I select the image, I go to filter and I go to Liquify. Boom! So here we can actually create pretty cool effects. So for example, I'm going to choose first forward warp tool. And what this does is, before we can actually use it, and you need to go to brush tool options. I will turn off myself for a second so that you can see the brush tool options. So here, for example, as you can see, the size is pretty big. We can control the size, make the brush smaller. Pressure and density. So the higher pressure and density, the stronger it's going to drag. So if I now click and drag, for example, what? Look how crazy this is. Wow. So now the problem is that when I drag this, as you can see, I also drag not only the face but also some surroundings. So for example, I'm also dragging here the wall, and if I do the bottle and so on, I don't want that. So I will click cancel for now. What I will do is, first I want to cut my face so that I have only the face. So I will just select quick selection tool, zoom in, and I will just start cutting my beautiful face. Thank you. So, okay, and this is fine. Yep, exactly. Just maybe a little bit more to take in my brows as well. Eyebrows. So now when we did that, I will just create a duplicate of this image. So right button, duplicate layer, click OK, and I will create the mask. Boom. So now if I turn this off, as you can see, now I have this image where I have only my head. This is exactly what I need. Before we continue, I need to click right button and choose convert to smart object. And once we do that, this is going to be already, so as you can see right now, it has a mask, but we want the mask to be inside the image. So that's why right click, convert to smart object. Boom. Now as you can see, we don't have the mask is already inside the image, and voila. So now if I select this, I also want to turn on this as well, the background image. Now if I select this, go to filter and camera raw filter. Oops, sorry, not camera raw, what am I doing? Liquify. Boom. So now the problem here is that I see only my face, I don't see where is the bottle. In order to see the bottle as well, I can actually turn on the background features. So for example, here I have show backdrop, And in case you don't see this, it's probably because you have all these options open. If you just close them, you will see here show backdrop, and make sure it's checked on. Let's go to use, and here let's select copy, or it was the original one, yeah, and make sure opacity is not 0 but actually 100%, and make sure you have here behind set. So that basically brings our copy image that we had behind the face, and that's why we see it now. But now, for example, if I select this tool and try to drag, look what's going to happen. I don't affect the bottle, I only affect the face because that was the image that I selected originally. So if I turn this off, boom, you see, this is what I'm working on. This thing here is just to show me what is behind me. So now let's zoom in a little bit. Oops, I accidentally turned this on. Oh my god, yeah. Boom. So now I will try to blend my face with this. So here you just have to make the brush small and bigger, and I'm just going to use hotkeys for that. You can also use size, make it smaller, bigger. So boom, like this. It needs to go right inside the bottle. Wow, look at this. Let me actually yeah. So now it also needs to go actually here as well, because it needs to go like really deeper a little bit, so that we can see that it's inside the bottle, not just on by the entrance. Like this, like this. Let me make the brush bigger. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so let's try to drag a little bit more, because I actually need more here. So let's make the brush bigger. Let's see if we can drag. Yes, perfect. So now we can actually drag inside the bottle. This is exactly what I need. Boom, now make it smaller. We can try to separate, you know, some parts like this, and probably even here just do some like a tree, you know, just some separation. Voila, it's all over the place. The bottle is drinking my face. Now when we do that, I actually want to zoom in and correct this a bit, because this needs to go inside the bottle. So just move it a little bit to the left. Perfecto. Now let's click OK. This looks nice. So now let's bring back my pretty face and the frame. Voila. Hello, I'm back. So now when we did that, what I actually need to do is I need to create mask so that I can see the bottle, this part basically, and also the finger, the big one. So how are we going to do that? What I will do is I will select this image, I will create mask, and now if I zoom in, I'll make sure I'm on this mask. I will make sure I have brush tool selected, oops, brush tool, and black color, and I don't really need smoothing, opacity 100%, flow 100%, and now if I start drawing here, let's also increase hardness a bit. So now if I start drawing, as you can see, I can get rid of this place. Basically, I need to see how it goes inside the bottle, but the problem is that the bottle is transparent, so I don't need to get rid of it completely. What I need to do is I need to get rid of it a bit. So what I will do, let's go back. Wow. So now what I did that, I need to go here, and I will just use opacity, bring it to 50% and see how this looks. Okay, not bad. Let's actually make hardness lower. Let's draw again here. Boom. So now I need to do the same all over this place. So again, I need to make sure it's around 50%. And now just, actually 50 is too much probably. Let's make it around 25. And now if I start drawing here, what I can actually do is I can make it look like it's inside the bottle, because it's a little bit transparent. And you can make it as transparent as you think you need to make it, so that it looks realistic. And the same applies to this place as well. So now, before we continue, I want to basically cut out this finger and put it in the front. And for this, I actually need to make opacity 100%, because right now I need to delete this liquid effect from the finger at all, so totally. That's why I need to make sure it's 100%. Also, hardness is around 50. And let's see, in order to see where's the finger, because right now I don't see it, what I will do is I will go and decrease the opacity of this image, boom, a little bit, and because I have this image behind it, I can actually see the finger. So make sure you're on the mask and make sure the mask is selected basically when you draw. And now I can go here and I can just delete it a bit like this, so that our finger is perfect and beautiful, just like it was before these monsters attacked him. Boom. Voila. So now let's go to opacity, make it 100%, and look at this. Nice, nice. So now as you can see, it looks like it's getting inside the bottle, and pretty cool. If you want to you know, increase the effect, basically make it stronger, better visible, you can always click on the mask, use your brush tool, and for example, if you use white color and with a little bit of opacity, let's say even lower, 10%, you can start bringing back some of the effects. For example, you see like this, for example, now it's a little bit stronger. I think it was fine, so I will just tone this down a bit, again with black color, just removing it a bit, and voila. Oh, also here, I forgot to remove it here as well, because this is also inside the bottle. Perfect. So now what I want to do is, I want to add a little bit of cool colors to the effect in general. How I will do it, I will just go here, choose hue color balance, sorry. Is this actually recording? Yes. Okay, just in case, because sometimes I'm talking and then I realize that I don't record, and then I go crazy because I've been talking for hours and it didn't record. So anyway, we are fine now. So when I have color balance, make sure you have this selected. And if I start playing with colors here, look what's going to happen. I'm changing the colors of everything, but that's not what I want. So I will go back. I want to change the colors only of the liquefied face. For this, all I need to do is I need to make sure my color balance is above the layer that I want to change. In our case, it's this one. And I just need to click on this icon here. Boom! Now when I clicked here, as you can see, we have here an arrow pointing down. This means that now color balance is actually connected to this layer. And now whatever I do here, it's going to be only applied to this liquefied effect. So now if I do the change, voila! How cool is this? So now I don't want to go to midtones, because midtones is doing changes too much. Basically, it's too harsh. So I will go to highlights first and try to play here a bit with highlights, see what we can get here, maybe something cool. Okay, I don't like this, let's go back. Let's go to shadows. Yeah, I like shadows a little more. It's a little bit better. Let's go to highlights again. I want to add some light bluish colors here. I don't know why, maybe I shouldn't, but I want to at least try. So now when I have this, obviously this doesn't look real. So what I want to do is I want to let's see if we can blend it. So what I will do in order to blend it a little bit better and make sure it appears only at some places, I will actually double click here on empty space on color balance. So somewhere here just double click, or you could also right click and choose blending options. And now here we see this blend if, and we can actually tell Photoshop how to blend these colors with the image. So for example, let's go to underlying layer. For example, if I move this, look what's going to happen. Photoshop is going to blend the blue color only with the darker places. It's not going to blend it with lighter places. If I move this one to the right, actually we're going to get rid of these colors in darker places, and it's only going to appear in lighter places, as we can see here. So what I want to do actually is I want to get rid of the color in darker places and show it only in lighter places, but not that harsh. In order to make it a little bit smoother, I can actually separate these two arrows. If I click and hold Alt or Option, if you're using Mac, if you're using Windows it's Alt, and I click and drag, as you can see now I can separate them, and like this I can actually create a pretty smooth and cool effect like this. Boom. So maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit harsher, just a bit. So now for example, if I turn the preview off and on, before, after, and if I do the same here, before, after, you see there's a small difference, and it actually looks now a little bit more magical. Wow. So now we just need to do some final color edits, basically some basic stuff. First of all, I want to make this place darker because I don't want this to be here. I want the focus to be on his face. So that's why I will just go and use brightness contrast, just make the contrast to the minimum, brightness, sorry, and make sure now I invert the mask. I can do that by if I click on the mask and I can click Ctrl or Command plus I. Boom, now the mask is inverted. Now I can select my brush tool, make sure I have white color, make my brush bigger, make sure hardness is on 0, and also opacity, higher. So now, for example, if I make sure I have white color and I'm on the mask, if I start drawing, as you can see, we will make this place darker. And I mean, if you don't understand how this happens, that means you don't understand how to work with masks. And if you don't understand masks, then you should go and watch how to use masks, because this tutorial is not going to be useful for you if you don't know how to use masks. Masks are like the core of Photoshop, seriously. So, and again, because I'm just showing the brightness effect only here, and that's why it's getting darker. Now, for example, if I click here and I can control the brightness effect on this place, and boom, I want to make it darker. Perfect. Maybe even more. I don't know. We could go a little bit crazy. See how this looks. No, this looks bad. So I will just go back to how it was before, in the good old days. So now when I have this, pretty cool. Another thing I want to do is I want to actually make everything around him blurry. So what I will around him, it's me. Okay, as if it was a different person. I will create a new layer. I will go here, click that button and choose blur tool, and make sure you have sample layer selected. So now what I will do, make sure strength is 100%. I will basically go over these objects here and the whole background and everything except my face, and just try to make them a little bit blurry, you know, just to separate myself from the background. The same goes to this door here. Just go over it, you know, a few times, just like this, like this. So now, for example, if we zoom in, if I turn this off and on, before, after, you see, look at the difference, before, after. Now it's blurry, and yeah, now the focus is more on my face. So now I want to change the colors of this a bit, you know, add some final color grading. And I didn't even do this for my own artwork. I don't know why. I could have done, but I didn't for some reason. So what I will do is I will go here, and I want to make sure that this Liquify is actually inside this image, not on top of it as it is right now, because right now it's on top of the image as an effect. I want this to be included with the image. So in order to do that, I can actually right click here and choose convert to smart object. Voila, and now as you can see, it's inside the image. It's not an effect that is on top of the image. So now if I select here, click this, the first layer, I hold shift, I click on the last one, and if I now click right button, I can click convert to smart object. Now as you can see, everything is inside one object except the background. Now I can go to filter and camera raw filter, and here we can play with colors. Oh, now I remember why I didn't do that to my own artwork, because I wanted it to look realistic, and I saw that the less colors I apply, the more realistic real life it's going to look. So what I want to do is I want to increase contrast, I want to increase the haze. Oh, actually, let's decrease contrast, let's increase the haze. Let's increase vibrance, maybe a little bit more contrast, a little bit less the haze. Like this. We can also play with temperature, you know, make it like colder, warmer. This is like up to you what you want to do here with your own artwork. So something like this. I could also go to texture, make it like harsh or make it really soft. Again, it's up to you, my dear friends. Another thing I really like to do is I go to details and try to decrease noise reduction. When I do that, as you can see, the image is getting really soft. So if I, for example, without noise reduction, with noise reduction, my face is like a baby face. Wow, so soft. Too much for me. I will decrease this a bit, and also probably decrease this a bit. And the last thing I could do is I could go to color mixer and try to play with colors here to see if there's something that I really like. Okay, so I will probably not use this, but I just want to show it to you, in case you want to. So if I click OK, so for example, if I look before and after, actually before I click OK, the difference before and after. I actually like this one before the original one because I think this one is too reddish and it's not realistic, so I prefer this one, but this one is also cool. So if I click OK, voila. So that's it basically, my dear friends. I hope that you enjoyed this. Again, I'm giving away one of my premium Photoshop classes for free. So as you know, my website learnfromfred.com, I actually have tons of cool classes like how to create glitchy artworks, how to create animations in Photoshop, how to create 3D animations, and so much more. And if you want to get any of those classes for free forever, all you need to do is very simple, okay? I have a new YouTube channel where I'm going to post cool sci-fi short movies. Those are going to be my first ever movies. All you need to do is subscribe to that channel and send me a screenshot on my Instagram, and I will send you a free class. It's not a lottery. Anyone who subscribes and sends me a screenshot is getting a free class.